On today's Berry Express, we're exploring 5 neighborhoods in Oakland, California that you need to visit. We'll see waterfront properties, a grand lake, and a theater that has been here since the 1920s. We'll also see an estuary and neighborhood sanctuary, and much more, all on today's Bay Area Experience. Good morning, guys. We're on a trip through Oakland today, and we're going to explore 5 neighborhoods that you should definitely visit. There's a lot of people that ask, what is Oakland really like? From what the media shows you, it's all negative. But we're going to show you some positives about Oakland and what makes this city a bright light. It's a particular kind of light that shines in the Bay, in Oakland in particular, that only happens in the early morning. We're going to go over some of those places right here, starting with Lake Merritt. Absolutely beautiful view here, early morning. You can see a lot of people take their morning walks, their jogs before work. Lake Merritt sits at the center of Oakland like a mirror. At 155 acres, it's one of the oldest wildlife refuges in North America. Right in the middle of a city of 500,000 people. That's either a miracle or very good planning. Probably both. Grand Avenue runs along the northern edge of the lake, and it has that lived-in quality that the best neighborhood streets always have. A movie theater that's been showing films since 1926. Restaurants that change with the years, but the street itself stays the same. On Saturday mornings, one of the Bay Area's best farmers markets sets up in the parking lot, the old Grand Lake Theater. The homes here, Craftsman's, Tudors, the occasional Victorian, look out over a lake. That's not a small thing. People who move to Grand Lake have a hard time explaining to people who've seen it why they haven't and why they wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So we're outside the last remaining Victorian that's on the lake of Lake Merritt. And this is going to be quite the sight, guys. You can see here, we definitely want to make sure that this is preserved and kept here. So there is a website we will be putting in descriptions as well. You can see some of the advertisement, but they do have some contacts that you can actually reach out to if you want to help keep this Victorian historical landmark here. I'm going to take a look around and we're going to see the other side of it. You can see just how big this property is. It's really cool. It's right on the edge of Lake Merritt. It's all closed off to the back part of the property, but this is basically from the back of the property. You can see a view of where the lake is and where you can actually walk around the lake and see the back of the house. But yeah, this is the side of the property. It's all walkable. You can just walk right up to it, take pictures. There's a water feature in the back. It still runs. It's really beautiful. Jack London Square carries a name that tells you something about what Oakland values. Jack London, roughneck, adventurer, writer, grew up working on these docks. So hey guys, we're in Jack London now, and Jack London has gone through a lot of changes in the years, but there are a lot of new businesses that are here in comparison to what has been shown before. And we actually did some videos before on Jack London. Check that out. So this is one of the businesses that is new and that's doing quite well, is Dragon Gate. In Oakland, it's a karaoke restaurant and bar, which is pretty cool. And then obviously you have Plank, which has been going on pretty good here. There's a couple other businesses that used to be here along this stretch of Jack London Square. Farmhouse has been here, Farmhouse Kitchen. That has actually gone and stayed here. And that has been here for years now. Still going strong, still pushing through. Reinhold's Last Chance. So this place has been here for decades. Brand new to Jack London is Dave & Buster's. You guys can see that right over there. Dave & Buster's is still being worked on. It's not completed yet. That is actually going to be here very, very soon. So maybe by the time you guys see this video, or maybe after, you're going to be able to enjoy Dave & Buster's on Jack London Square. Today, it's a stretch of restaurants and walkways right on the estuary, with the ferry to San Francisco leaving from the terminal just up the path. On weekday evenings, you can watch the sun go down over the bay from your balcony, if you're lucky enough to live in one of the buildings that faces the water. It's Oakland's most urban neighborhood, in the best sense of the word. Everything you need within a short walk, the bay at your doorstep. You have to drive up into the hills to find Montclair. That's probably why it's the way it is. There's a village here, an actual village, tucked into the Oakland hills, with a fountain in the center and a weekend farmers market that draws people from all over the East Bay. But what I want you to notice is the pace of it. Up here, Oakland feels far away, not in distance, but in feeling. The streets are quiet, the air is different. There are trails that take you into the hills in minutes. Families who find Montclair tend to stay. There's something about a neighborhood that asks you to slow down. You start to understand why. Guys, we're in Montclair Village right now, and we're going to talk about what you can actually explore over here. So there's a ton of different shops and different types of restaurants and things, and whatever you're in mood for. And we're going to just show you a couple of things. So we're on the other side of Montclair Village, and we're going to take a look at some of that, our favorites. And this is one of my favorites here, El Agavero. This Mexican restaurant is really, really good, and they have some huge portions. It's definitely worth it, because as you can see, the happy hour is Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Great business, great customer service, and great food. This is probably one of the prime spots you can go to that's in the hills close to Montclair. Everything's close to each other, and you can see quite a bit. So we're in Montclair Park, and we're going to show you one of the beautiful features here. And this is the fountain. Every city has a neighborhood that most people overlook. Oakland's is coming up next, and I think it might be the one that surprises you most. It's the kind of neighborhood where the chef at the place that got national attention still knows your name by your third visit. People who discover Temescal often say the same thing: I wish I'd found this sooner. That's actually a sign you should pay attention. A few miles south, Temescal tells a different story. It's a neighborhood that's been quietly reinventing itself for decades. And right now, it's one of those rare moments where the old and the new are still talking to each other. Telegraph Avenue here isn't the Telegraph of Berkeley. It's its own thing entirely. Rockridge sits right at the corner of Oakland and Berkeley, and for a long time people weren't quite sure which city to claim it. The neighborhood settled the question long ago. It belongs to itself. What surprises most people who move here is the quiet behind it. One block off College Avenue, and you're walking under 100-year-old trees past craftsman bungalows with deep front porches. It has that rare quality of a neighborhood that feels complete, like someone planned it to be exactly this, and then left it alone. If you're drawn to walkability, to good schools, to the kind of block where neighbors actually know each other, this is a place worth looking at. And it's the last city on our stop, and we actually just wanted to show you a little bit through Rockridge. As you walk through here, you're gonna see just tons of eateries and different small local businesses. So it's really really cool, creative place if you walk through. And they have a lot of different businesses here. Again, the variety of different types of foods and different businesses for that matter is pretty large. So it's a different experience if you're walking through the area of Rockridge in Oakland, and it is always seems like it's always busy, even though it is definitely one of the places that you can settle down, have a bite to eat. You can do work in the coffee shops, whatever you may be in the mood for or have to do. But it's really a nice place to bring family and check out a different side of the East Bay. 5 neighborhoods, 5 different answers to the same question. What kind of life do you want to live? Rockridge for the tree-lined block and the Saturday morning ritual. Temescal for the energy of a place still becoming itself. Montclair for the hills and the quiet. Jack London Square for the water and the city. Grand Lake for the thing you can't quite put into words when you're standing at the edge of the lake watching the light change. Oakland doesn't ask you to love it quickly, but it tends to be the kind of city, kind of place that you love for a long time. We're at the Temescal Regional Recreational Park, and this is a little bit of the view of the man-made lake they have. This is open during the summertime if there aren't any issues. And it gets really, really busy over here during the summer months. But it's really nice if you want to bring your family and kids over here. It's definitely a place to come see. So there are plenty of areas for you to have picnics, barbecues, whatever you may want to do. They do have a place for the kiddies over there. So definitely a place for everybody. And during the weekend and times that's busy, it's only $5 to park here. So it's definitely affordable. That's all we got for today, guys. If you had any questions on any of the places that we visited today, be sure to look in the descriptions. We'll have all the details there. And also you can email us at info@thebayareaexperience.com. That's info@thebayareaexperience.com. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. It does help us make more content like this one. We'll see you on the next one.